Hello, my name is Nicholas Stein, and it's been my honor to present at the biannual Trauma-Informed Police Training Seminars hosted by the Cambridge Police Department. So bear with me now as I share my screen to show you some of what I do with the officers. My program is called Strategic Stillness, Mindfulness Informed Resiliency Training. And here I am in Cambridge a couple of years ago, working with a group of detectives. Now, whether you're detectives or a patrol officer, if you bring up the word meditation, you're probably going to get a mental image in all their minds of something like this. They think swamis and gurus and sitting on the floor, maybe they're thinking about hippies. But I said, listen, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about secular science-based meditation and mindfulness practices. And I said, look, I know you folks, and I do know these folks. Had a 40-year career in documentary filmmaking, and I work for National Geographic and others, and I've been embedded with law enforcement for many, many times, including a big series called Border Wars. I said, look, I know you, and I know that your mind is like a neighborhood you wouldn't want to walk through alone. So you see the recognition, you see the buy-in suddenly there. I said, listen, well, I'm going to help you today. I'm going to help you walk through that neighborhood alone. This takes courage, okay? This is where you're face to face with yourself, where you learn to self-regulate and know how you are triggered and how you operate. And this is incredibly valuable. So what is meditation? Well, meditation is a set of techniques intended to encourage a heightened state of awareness. You know, what the cops call situational awareness. This is that same thing on steroids, and focused attention. But attention to what? It's attention to what's happening in and around you in the present moment, the here and now. Because really, when you think about it, the present moment is the only moment that exists for all of us, okay? This is it. The past is gone, never to be repeated. The future is pure speculation. All we have is now. And if we live in the past and future in our minds, which we do, we're never really quite here. So mindfulness, what is it? Well, mindfulness is learning to pay attention to the present moment, okay, on purpose, like with intention, but in specific ways, with a degree of openness and curiosity and non-judgment, which the last part is really hard for people to do, particularly cops, but we are opinion-making machines. We make snap judgments like this and they get us in trouble. We need to take that breath, drop into our bodies and have a mindful moment where we wonder if we should be reaction or we should be responses, react or respond. So if you want to be fit, physically fit, of course, you're going to go to a gym. But if you want to be more mindful in your life, more present for your life, you're going to train through meditation, right? This is mental fitness. And so this is what I do with them. In the course of the day I'm training, I take them through their first meditations. We do about 6 or 7 of them in the course of the day. This is their first chance to really see what it's like to go and understand that there's an inner landscape, there's an inner world here for them to explore and to improve themselves and make themselves more resilient. So I take them through a series of meditations. So we do a number of exercises as well. And this is my favorite one called mindful listening and talking exercise. We go into triads, which is a group of 3 officers. And one of them speaks first based on a prompt that I give them. And the prompt is something like, you know, what threw you off your game recently, whether it's the barista giving you the wrong coffee or somebody you love walking out the door. I mean, it could be anything, but just talk authentically about that experience. Okay, they do that for about 90 seconds while the other 2 listen mightily. They're literally meditating on the speaker. They're listening in a mindful way. So after everyone's done, they all get a turn. It's a profound experience. Many officers said to me, they've never been listened to like that before. So you can only imagine how important this is to any organization for communications, for people to really get along better and to give advice and information flow is far, far better. Now, resiliency, okay? There are 3 kinds. The kind you're born with, the kind you learn along the way, and then there's really this kind, this acquired as a skill set. Like any skill set, you can cultivate resilience through your meditation practice. Now, you can teach resilience in a lot of different ways, and this is how the Army does it, not the way we do it, but It's okay. They tell you to get a good night's sleep. They tell you to stay positive and eat a balanced diet and take time to rest and believe in yourself and exercise more, drink less. This is my favorite. Have a sense of purpose. Yes, sir. Truth is, this is all commonsensical advice that your mother might give you. And it's so commonsensical, it's totally forgettable. You walk out of the seminar and there's nothing to do, just having these fortune cookies in your head. Well, I'm talking about real resilience, okay? This is from the inside out. This is how you get there through meditation, just like these officers are meditating. And this is, of course, sweeping the country and the world. Police officers, military, corporations, the medical community. This is real, this is proven, this is really great information to give to them. Now, when you get into a meditation practice and a mindfulness practice, you become far more self-aware. You're far more aware of what ticks you off, what pushes your button, how you operate in the world. And then you can self-regulate, because when you are in a bad state, you can soothe yourself. So you can down-regulate. You can do techniques, breathing and other techniques, learning how to control your mind and bring you back to the present moment. And then, of course, you get a greater sense of self-worth. Now you know yourself better as both a fragile and a powerful human being. This is something in which you really have a relationship with yourself, perhaps for the first time. So if you're going to be a mindful cop, which is my goal when I work with these folks, there are two things that happen. There are things that increase and the things that decrease. The things that increase your attention and your focus, which is, of course, invaluable. Your social connections get better. You're bonding with other people, just like in the listening and the talking exercise. Your emotional stability is better. You're not on this roller coaster of emotions. You get that nice, even area that ranges, shrinks. And like an athlete, you can stay in the zone. And then your trauma recovery. I mean, you're going to see as a cop terrible things, and you can bounce back, true resilience better with all of these on board. And then things get lowered, of course. Stress gets lowered. I mean, this has been proven over and over again. Impulsivity, which is the thing that gets cops in so much trouble. Impulsivity sometimes combined with aggression, all of which can end a cop's career like that. And then, of course, negative thinking, the loop that's in there can be short-circuited and taken away. So that's a really quick look at what we talk about in Cambridge. This is me, Nicholas Stein. This is my just published book, Mindfulness as a Second Language, a no-nonsense guide for creating a lasting, fulfilling meditation practice. There's my information. And I will now unshare my screen and say goodbye. Hold on one quick second. Stop sharing. And thank you very much for listening. Please be safe.